All right, everybody, it's giveaway time. I'm just gonna do an interior cleaning here, do a, what do we call this, Chris? A interior and chat. We need to come up with a clever term.
Back and chat.
Interior introspective, something like that. So we're gonna clean it up. So this would be what I would call an interior detailing, and I don't eat cheeseburgers in the car, although I was caught with some cheese popcorn. Cheese popcorn is okay, because I said it's okay. But I want to treat the leather and clean the leather, treat the leather, and which I haven't done yet in the car. So we're going to do that while we're here. And Chris is going to follow me around while we clean this thing up. So just vacuum the carpets. I'm going to just go bang them off the side of the building here. And so I got the Flex vacuum up here, and I'd forgotten how darn good this thing is in comparison to little crappy, what's that thing, a little rigid thingy from Home Depot. So now I got this thing here, way better, so much better. And I'm telling you, vacuum systems are coming. Custom install systems are coming, and they're gonna be incredible. I haven't tested it yet, but I just can feel it in my gut. But the giveaway starts, I guess by the time you're watching this, so I guess the giveaway probably started yesterday. So go to obsessedgarage.com, click on the banner image for the giveaway, buy stuff from that page. It's very specific things. Every $5 you spend gives you a chance to win. What do we say I'm into this? 130 something thousand, 140,000 bucks. I need to add that up. I need to make a spreadsheet of all the different things, but that I bought for this, but it's really nice. So somebody's gonna get a pretty cool car. The system that we're gonna be doing has a operating SPL of like 60 or something like that, 58. And I think it's probably gonna be, you know, just for the base vacuum, it's probably like $600 or $800 or something like that. It'd be a wall mounted. You could do it in the attic. You could do it in the on the wall in the garage. You could do a hose reel. We can do hide a hose, custom system, all kinds of options we're gonna have. It's gonna be sick. And I'm hoping to chase down and develop some really good accessories, crevice tools and stuff like that. So far, these ones from Flex are the best I've found by far. Have I mentioned how much I hate doing this? Step one for me, and most people, is always going to be to vacuum, and then take some interior cleaner and just superficially wipe down. Once I do the interior cleaner, then I do the windows, and then we'll work on the leather. So some areas I'll just spray directly. Others I'll spray it on the towel first. Just depends on if I can control it. But I want to show you, the issue with BMWs. If you don't do this regularly, like this car only has 4,000 miles on it, and yet I'm going to show you this driver's seat. It's already starting to turn into that shiny BMW grossness, that you get from neglect and not taking care of the surface. This is an Alcantara steering wheel, which will do a The Alcantara is in really good shape, so we'll do just a real base cleaning. I don't like to do a full Alcantara cleaning if I can help it. I have many videos of doing Alcantara sanding and restoring. You can go check those out. Maybe we'll put them in the description. So there's tons of footage of me messing with Alcantara. But you don't want anything, I don't want anything left behind. This is a P&S interior cleaner. You don't need UV protection, all this nonsense. You don't need any of that stuff. You just need to keep it clean. And so you especially don't need it if you're going to do window tint. You know, ceramic heat rejecting window tint is the way to go. And so then there's no need to do any kind of supplemental protection, which ends up making your interior really funky. So I don't like to use any kind of stuff other than on the leather or the Alcantara. I don't like to try to treat any of that. So all this Alcantara in here is in really good shape. So, and it's not dirty, so I don't think I really am gonna mess with it much. So the giveaway in this car is started. If you're not familiar, the concept here is that I buy a car that I want to experience and then figure out a way to get out of it. And the one way to get out of it is to do a collective sort of crowd-funded like giveaway. So every $5 you spend, you get a chance to win the car. I'm going to give this car to somebody at the end of this. So in essence, it's not really a giveaway. It's more of a raffle. But you can buy all kinds of stuff in the store. You could buy just plain old raffle tickets if you wanted to. There's all kinds of things that we have up that you can purchase in exchange. You get something, so you get some sort of, hopefully some sort of keychain or something cool that you might want, have otherwise wanted. If I'm lucky, make a few bucks. If I'm lucky, hopefully not lose very much. But this is going to change somebody's life, this car. This car is awesome. Anuj that won the E92 M2 has been, takes it to all kinds of car shows and stuff, and it's on Instagram. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure the guy who won the Civic still has the Civic, loves it. The M5 has changed hands a few times. The 1M changed hands a few times. So it doesn't really matter to me. I want whoever wins to enjoy it for as long as they can and then do whatever they need to do with it. So this is leather, Alcantara, leather, Alcantara in the center. The dash is not, it's just a rubberized whatever, fake, rubberized vinyl. I don't need to do anything with that. So let's do the windows and then we'll address the seats. This is a pretty easy deal. So here's my go-to window combo. Waffle weave towels. This invisible glass, we have these in the store. Glass cleaner. These are the things that I use to do the windows. And I like to spray directly on the window, even though it makes a little bit of a mess. The first thing I do is wipe off the overspray. It's just glass cleaner, so it's not going to hurt anything. And then with windows, just like the interior, I don't want to put a bunch of goop on there, right? I don't want to get anything on here that's going to cause, you don't need any anti-fog. The thing that fogs windows is dirt and grime. So if you keep your windows clean, they'll defrost really quickly. They won't fog up in the rain. They won't have any issues. But for the rear and the front is where I need the invisible glass device. Really get at it. And this is window tint. So there's window tint on here, which is safe to clean, just like any other glass. You just want to use isopropyl alcohol products, not ammonia based if you can help it. Most modern window tints are even okay with that. Ammonia. Okay. This makes a huge mess, but that's how I do it. Then I just wipe off the excess that's all over. Clean my screen while I'm at it. So you want to clean the dash first, even though this seems a bit redundant, because you don't want to get stuff on the window when you're trying to clean the window. And the window is what you clean last. Get my GoPro suction cups off the window there. Suction cup indents. So I go and wipe off the bulk. Then I take this and I get really aggressive. And then finish the job. But if you have too much liquid, the towel on the reach and clean tool isn't as effective. It doesn't work very well. Pretty easy, right? So most of the work is done with this. Again, you just can't be too wet, or else this will just push it around. That's why we use the waffle weave first, or I use the waffle weave first. I'm telling you, it's the best way to do it. Works great. Okay, we do the rear windows. I guess we'll do the leather first back here as well. Yeah. Okay. So I'm lucky to do this kind of thing once a year, maybe once every 6 months. I'll do vacuuming more often, once a quarter probably. But the cleaning of the glass and things, I don't find that I have to do it very often. I mean, if you have kids and stuff touching your windows, I guess you'd need to, but I don't. So I don't have to do as much work. And you just want to leave no streaks. You want to get your glass completely dry. So you don't want to leave anything behind. And that just comes from wiping a bunch. All right. That's cool. I'm gonna leave that there like that all the time, huh?
Yeah, see better.
Yeah, shoot. I hate doing windows so much. This is where this puppy is so nice. Super cheesy, but very, very effective. Really as seen on TV like product, but man, does it work well.
Tint smoother than glass? Or
No,
about the same?
it's about the same. I mean, glass is probably smoother than the tint. All right, windows are done. The other thing to keep in mind, when you buy this, it comes with like a stick-on version, like a Velcro type version. I like to buy these bonnets. I hope they keep making them. The bonnet isn't really designed for this, But we sell the bonnets where it goes over top and stays on and doesn't get pulled off. And one bonnet will do one window. And so like I'll only wash this, like this doesn't even need to be washed right now. It's fine. I'll wash it like every second or third cleaning of windows, because I'm getting the bulk of any kind of funk with this, and this is just kind of doing the finish wiping. All right, let's do some leather. I'll do the fronts first so you can see it. I'm not even going to touch the Alcantara. I'll show you what I would use if I was going to. The Alcantara looks great. You want to avoid messing with it, Alcantara, as much as possible. But like I don't even see any like elbow indentation starting or anything yet. So in order to be really effective with Alcantara, you need to sand it at the end. And I want to avoid that. You want to avoid that. It's kind of like polishing. You want to avoid polishing your car unless you have to. So this is the interior cabinet. I like how this looks. I wanted to show you this. So if I were going to clean the Alcantara, I would use some Sonex Alcantara upholstery cleaner. I would use a brush, put a little foaming on the brush, kind of work it in. But when you're doing any kind of fabric, when you're doing fabric cleaning, you want to get the detergent into the fabric, and then you need to get the detergent out of the fabric. And so I would fill up a bottle with distilled water, a little spray bottle with water, and you just use a bunch of towels. You could get the steamer out as well, just to add a little less water than a spray bottle would. But I'm going to get the detergent in, agitate it, and then get the detergent out. And it doesn't come out super easily because there's no real, most Alcantara doesn't have any backer, so there's no sponginess to it, so it's kind of hard to get out. And then at the end, if you had any balls left over, that's where you would use a sanding pad. So you would use this leather sanding pad to sand the balls off the Alcantara. So I have a couple of those pads in here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to skip that. And so for the seats, because this has never been done, I'm going to do strong cleaner with a brush, and I'm going to protect it with leather shield. That's what this is. If the car was older, if the leather's 3 years old or more, you would do it in another step. So you would do strong cleaner, leather protection cream, then leather shield. But because these are newer leather, I don't need the leather protection cream for this application. Because I haven't cleaned these seats yet, I'm going to use the strong cleaner instead of the mild cleaner, and we're going to apply to the seats this little sponge like that. I have all this stuff in the store. This stuff is amazing. So I think I'd certainly highly recommend it. The other thing I'm going to do, just to keep this, make it easier, I'm going to add a little bit of water so I can clean my brush out. And add a little water to my rinse bucket and use it to dunk my brush in periodically. So you can see this seat is on the brink. On the brink, this leather, see this kind of shine and sheen to it? This leather is on the brink of turning shiny and not looking good ever again. So we need to get it protected. Now, I don't like, and this is based on just information I've learned from leather care experts, like leather specific companies. Like Color Lock is really a German furniture repair and furniture protection company for doing high-end leather furniture. And then they've created a car care line because it's the same basic concept. But this is coated leather, what they call. So they basically spray paint the pigment onto the color onto the leather. They coat it. But the coating is very different than like a coating that they sell for leather. This is still breathable, pliable, breathable, and you want to maintain that. And so when you start buying leather coatings, you see them where they beat up water crazy. I don't think you want that. I don't think you want to seal up the leather, and I don't want something that I can't get off. I don't want something that's permanent or permanent-ish. And so I want to get a product like Leather Shield. So think of this is kind of like wax, where I'm putting a layer that's still breathable. It's not cross-linked, but I want something that becomes the sacrificial layer. And so that's what we're doing with this. So I'm going to take strong cleaner, put it on there, and I'm going to treat it sections at a time. So this is something, if I got a new car, my brand new car, I would do mild cleaner and this still. So like when I get my GT3 Touring, I'm gonna mild cleaner it, and then I'm gonna treat it with leather shield. Shininess on leather is oils and dirt. And then I just use my blue towels and I wipe it off. Just like that. That looks so much better. And I want it to stay like that forever. The driver's seat is going to take more work and attention than the rest. And then Color Lock has a whole bunch of more sophisticated leather care stuff, like leather dyes and things like that, that are above my pay grade. What's that? That. Gosh. So this is all, again, a lot like polishing. The protection shouldn't really add any color or sheen to it. I'm doing all the work and changing the look of it in the dirt and the dirt removal and the cleaning. So on a driver's seat like this, if you take smaller sections, like on the back seats, I'll do like the whole cushion, the whole base cushion all at once. But on this driver's seat, taking more time. Do it one small section at a time, as it is beat up in comparison. And just because it's called strong cleaner, you don't have to worry if it's not super aggressive. And you can use mild and strong cleaner just as a regular cleaner too if you want to. Like you can clean the dash, you can clean just the regular interior components as well with it. Depending on how dirty your leather is, on how transformative this will be. I don't know how much the camera can show the difference between this shininess and now that lack of shininess. Wow, so much better. And you can do like if it's really dirty, like just keep going, do it multiple times. You'll see more and more of an effect. But see, I would have liked to have done this even sooner just to keep this, to keep this from getting all shined up and beat up. I did all the strong cleaner on the side, the door sides, the shift knob, the e-brake, the seats are all done. So now we'll do leather shield. If you're doing any kind of interior stuff, or actually, I use this light all the time, but you want to get one of these. And then I didn't charge it beforehand, but the battery would normally last the whole time. So you take the shield, more is not better. You just need an appropriate amount, which is just enough to get coverage. If you let it sit too long, it will leave some streaks, so you don't want to do that. And put on your sponge, apply it to the surface. Nice even coverage. And what I'm going to do, I'll do a good section of the base. So what we'll do is we'll do the sides and the front, and then we'll do the center separately. Letting it kind of soak in, but not set up. About that much time, and then I'll take my towel and just wipe it flat. That's it. So I'm looking not to remove it, but to kind of just flatten it out. And it doesn't add any shine to the leather. It just adds kind of just a tiny bit of richness, if you will. If you're a child of the 80s, it's time for you to evolve, because what you're doing is not correct. Get rid of your chrome. Get rid of your shine. I'm here to help you as I watch Cobra Kai. Terrible, terrible show. I'll get loaded up. The second one will be my final wipe towel. Does that look any different, Chris? I think it does.
Yeah, it does look a little richer.
Yeah, just shiny. There's no more shine in the seat. So let me just reach across here and do these. So do all the leather sections in the car. This car doesn't have a ton of leather, just the seats. Those two and this. And that's it, folks. This sucker is interior cleaned. Chris is gonna drive this thing home back to Florida today or tomorrow, and he's gonna have to live in the lap of luxury here in this nice clean interior. Last thing I'll do is I'll hit it with some Bliss or Eden. I like Eden the most from Angel Wax. It doesn't last very long. I find most fragrances don't. But I'll spritz the car with that, and that'll be it. And so I would do 2-to-1 shield treatments of the front to rear, because this is a tiny little car. People aren't riding in the rear as much. And so I would do shield maybe once a year and do this every 6 months. But that's the deal. And so from here on out, if I were to keep and maintain this car, I would probably never use strong cleaner again. I'd just use mild cleaner and get the oils and dirt off the car and off the seat, and then put shield on it, and then you're good to go. So that's the plan. Anyway, giveaway is live now. Hope you'll help me do this car justice, and hopefully it brings in some capital to help me pay for it. And it's going to go on to the next home in a month. It's going to run through, I think we're running it through like November 10th or something like that. All the dates will be on the site. So anyway, make sure to go check that out. So anyway, thanks for being a part of this. Lots more detailing coming here. It's not that I'm neglecting detailing. I'm just, I'm in the building process of taking all the products that we've compiled and put together over the years and showing you what you could do with it all. Like for instance, this house, I can do interior details, I can wash cars, I can watch movies, I can organize my kitchen stuff. I want to be able to do all that stuff. And so I know it's very heavy on, building outdoor cabinets and things like that, the channel. But detailing is the core. It's a good 15% or so of my passion. The garage is another 25% of it. Audio is another 10 or 15. Cars are another 10 or 15. And so the 100% of my obsession, attempting to share in a as well produced as possible on the Obsessed Garage. So anyway, make sure to check out the giveaway. All the interior stuff we're using here, the line light, all that stuff is in the Obsessed Garage store. So certainly appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. We'll see a lot more M2 stuff coming this month.